Mifflin. Okay, so for Mifflin, we're going to have a 2-minute break. So we'll move the cone. The athletes started here on the cone for Dunder, and they ran to their jump rope. So we will move the cone here, and we will clear the competition floor. So the lane crews will be taking care of these items. Now keep in mind, we will clear out, say for example, lane 1, and we know the person is lifting there. We will clear out all the items in lane 1 because what we want to make sure is maintain safety in the case that there's a boy or girl who's doing a shoulder to overhead and kind of misses and goes forward and it comes into the to the adjacent lane. So the lane stagger is purely for judge safety and purely for athlete safety. So the idea is that the lane crew is going to completely clear the lane. So this cone is set up for the athlete to wait. Notice we have a plate stack here in the corner, and it'll be the same, basically kind of signifying where the athlete's going to be lifting. So 1, 3, and 5, there'll be a plate stack here in the back, traditional like 45, 35, 25. And we may draw that back a little bit based on the division, but I don't think it's going to do much harm other than us lugging it back and forth to kind of have it sitting out here. The barbell will be placed here, for lane 1, and then of course back there for lane 2. Likewise, there will be a plate stack, in position on the floor for lane 2 as well. So the idea is that there will be a 1-minute transition for our lane crews to clear the lanes of any equipment that, even adjacent lanes of any equipment. And then the athlete will have 50 seconds, 50 seconds to set up their first barbell. So basically they're going to be watching the clock, right? The idea is that we ask them to stand on the cone, and it may be here, or maybe while we're breaking down the lanes, it may still be up here. But the idea will be we'll instruct them during the briefing, athletes in between workouts 3 and 4, so Dunder and Mifflin, you'll be instructed to wait on your cone for the minute. And they'll wait on their cone for that first minute while the lane crews break down the floor. Then when the minute flips over, they can go out and start to load that first weight. They'll have 50 seconds again, 50 seconds to do that. Once they complete that, the idea is that they are going back to the cone. So this is the only time they're going to return to the cone, because Mifflin for ages 13 to 17 is a 4-minute cap on this max lift. So it's following that 2-minute transition. In a 4-minute window, athletes will achieve a 1-rep max ground to overhead. So they'll have 4 minutes to do that. So the athlete has set up their barbell, they're waiting, and then on count of 3, 2, 1, go, they're actually going to come out and they're going to do their lift. So 1, 3, 5 on this side, 2, 4, 6 on that side. And from your perspective, you're just camping out where you did the barbell judging work. You're just taking a look. Now the athlete will have to declare the weight to you, and they should declare the movements they're using as well. It doesn't mean they need to stick with those movements, but if they're doing a snatch and you're thinking they're doing a clean and jerk, it could be an issue. So most kids are probably going to do a clean and jerk. Actually, I think maybe even most kids might do a deadlift, a hang squat clean, and then a jerk overhead. Or, obviously the overhead's going to be the limiter. Maybe a lot of them will power clean and shoulder to overhead. But the idea is that you'll just be kind of sitting here. Likewise, other judges will be camped out here because of the lane stagger. And that's to maintain safety, keeping you guys under the rig. So if they complete their lift, they remember, this is divisions 13 to 17. They drop their barbell. Now they're going to add weight. Only they can do that. So they're pulling off a collar. They're adding their new weight. They're declaring the weight to you. You're giving them the go-ahead to lift. And what I would suggest is you also give them the go-ahead or a thumbs up or, a good call when their lift is good, so they know that they can drop the barbell. If an athlete walks the barbell out of their lane, for example, if they're trying to, lock out that jerk and they move forward into a new lane, that's a no rep. That's going to be a no rep. So the idea is that they need to stay in the confines of their lane. That's both feet. If any part of their foot touches the tape, then we need to call that a no rep. So that's basically 13 to 17, the max lift. So we have workouts 3 and 4, Dunder and Mifflin. They have that 2-minute transition in between. Okay. For the 10 to 12s, the workout, Dunder is the same. Their cone is actually going to be up here, and they will have, they will have an ab mat here. Their legs will be here, their head will be here. So it's straight leg ab mat sit-ups. We're setting it up like we do for the 10 to 12 division in previous competitions, where they'll work for 40 seconds and then they will rest for 20 seconds. So workout 3, let's just say that has just completed, the 7 minutes have completed. The athletes now are in a 1 or 2 minute transition. Again, we're kind of still working that out. And they will be waiting on the cone. So I think for Dunder, basically the cone's over here. I think at this point we'll probably just move it here or kind of leave it in that direction. But the idea is that the athlete's going to be waiting on the cone. So let me read off the 10 to 12 Mifflin workout. Okay, following a 2-minute transition, in a 4-minute window, athletes will work for 40 seconds, rest for 20 seconds, and the work will be 12 straight leg ab mat sit-up buy-in for the max reps, hang, clean, and shoulder to overhead. So I'm assuming a lot of kids will be doing the hang power clean and then shoulder to overhead, and they must do that every time. So it's it's an interesting cycle work, like barbell cycling work for 10 to 12s, but they must buy in with those 12 ab mat sit-ups. And they're working for 40 seconds and then resting for 20. And we'll talk a little bit about the standards after the flow. So I do believe you'll be able to get away with, standing either in this position, although that'll be kind of like, from a camera perspective, you'll be in front of the athlete. So you may just want to be kind of, back here or even on this side, since there's really nothing going on, from that perspective. Actually, that's probably better. Why don't we just camp over here for the folks who are doing, ab mats. Actually, everybody's going to be doing the ab mats in the rig, and then everybody can be on this side as well. We don't need to stagger lanes for this one. So you'll be standing here, watching the ab mats, and then you'll just move up to here for that clean and shoulder to overhead. So the athletes on the cone, 3, 2, 1, go. They're going to be doing their 12 straight leg ab mat sit-ups, and then they'll grab the barbell. And the standards for this particular one will be they must deadlift first, get it to the shoulder, and then do their press overhead. Bring it back down, must stay above the knee, get it to the shoulder, and then press overhead. And remember, no dropping of this barbell, because this will be weighted with it's just a 15-pound barbell, or it will have 2 5s on the sides for 25 pounds. So if they drop that last rep, that's a no rep. So let's just say that they finish 10 reps and they set the barbell down, and now they're on their 20 seconds rest. They're going to go back to their cone. So at that point, you can go back to your spot underneath the rig, getting ready for them to do their ab mats. On the count of 3, 2, 1, go, they're going to come back and do their 12 sit-ups, and then do as many reps as possible on this bar. And it'll be, that one will be, this one will be for reps, whereas the max lift will be for weight. So they're doing basically 4 rounds of this, 4 rounds of that 40 on and 20 off. And let me read the standards real quick. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Starts on the page, or the previous page. Okay. Each repetition must start from the hang position. The athlete may receive the barbell in a squat or power position, but the barbell must make contact with the shoulders in the front rack position. The athlete may use any style of lift to move the barbell from the shoulders to the overhead lockout position. a strict press, a push jerk, or a split jerk. The rep is considered complete when the athlete is at full extension of the hip, knee, shoulder, and elbow with the bar clearly over the middle of the body. Okay, so typical shoulder to overhead standards. All right. Let's see if there's any, the scoring. So we've got 60 single unders, so that therefore each double under is worth 2. Okay, I think that's it.